big race we're tracking today, of course, is the governor's race.
CBS LA's Amanda Starantino is live in Silver Lake this morning. And Amanda, this race is coming right down to the wire.
Absolutely. This race, another closely watched one here across the state of California. Your ballot has 62 names on it. We're talking Democrats, Republicans, and independents. It's taking both sides of the ballot, actually. And we're seeing a top 5 in the polls so far, with Democrat Javier Becerra leading the way so far in the polls, followed by Republican Steve Hilton and Tom Steyer for that number 2 spot, then followed by Republican Chad Bianco and Democrat Katie Porter. But as people come out to the polls today, you can see we have our first couple right here in Silver Lake. They came in right as they said. Polls are now open right at 7. But this race really competitive, showing a tight contest for those top 2 runoff spots here for California's top 2 primary system. 2 of them will advance to the November election. Every ballot cast today could make a difference in determining who moves on to the November election.
A lot of unexpected events in this election. In the gubernatorial race, you had the withdrawal of Eric Swalwell. Nobody knew how that would work out, and apparently a lot of support went to Javier Becerra. But Becerra is not so far ahead that there isn't a possibility of an upset.
The governor's race remains tight. Former U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra has emerged as a frontrunner after securing high-profile endorsements and strong support among Democratic voters. Businessman Tom Steyer has invested heavily in statewide advertising and grassroots outreach, while Republican Steve Hilton has been making a play for conservative and independent voters, hoping to claim a spot in the top 2. With several other candidates still drawing support, even small shifts in turnout could have a major impact on the final order of a finish here. Campaigns have spent the final stretch focused on turning out supporters, particularly in major population centers like LA County, where a strong election day showing could help determine who advances. Analysts say late deciding and independent voters may also play an outsized role in this outcome. In the final days of this campaign, Republicans have urged voters to unite behind a single candidate, while Democratic campaigns have stepped up their attacks as they compete for undecided voters. With thousands of ballots still outstanding, strategists say the final results could take days or even weeks to fully sort out. Former California Senator Barbara Boxer, who won 22 elections during her career, says voters are tired of contentious politics, but even so, she is encouraged by the late surge of return ballots.
Right now, people are exhausted. And I really want to give a shout out to California voters, whether they're Republicans or Democrats or non-aligned, because they waited to see what was coming down, and now they're starting to decide how they want to go.
And Republican political strategist Matt Klink joins us live now for our Election Day coverage. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Amanda. How are you?
I'm great. Now the polls are open, we're getting all that energy for Election Day just starting today. You know, we've been hearing a lot when it comes to our 2 Republican candidates here. We've been seeing Steve Hilton been asking his opponent, Republican Chad Bianco, to drop out of the race. He's hoping that Republicans put his vote towards him, giving the GOP a better chance to be on that November ballot. But is it too late at this point if Bianco decides to drop out? What happens here?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a day late and a dollar short for Steve Hilton. I refer back to what the head of the California Democratic Party did in March, and he said, we need to get out if you don't have a path to victory. Steve Hilton should have been saying this much more aggressively much earlier, because Chad Bianco could end up costing Steve Hilton a spot in the runoff election.
Okay, we'll have to see what voters decide today. Matt Klink, thank you so much for your time, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you all morning long. Very busy day for you. And we have been hearing from analysts that they may actually be seeing a blue surge today when it comes to votes, because what we've been seeing so far when it comes to return ballots so far is more Republican voters have been returning over Democrats. But how things happen today with who shows up at the polls, who returns their ballots in person, it could really change the game for really anyone in this race. So again, polls just opened at 7. They're going to close at 8. As long as you're in line by 8 p.m. across the state, you're good to go to cast your ballot. Live in Silver Lake, I'm Amanda Starantino, CBS LA.
Amanda, thank you.